Good morning, guys. It's early ass o'clock my time, 10:30, and I'm live here right now. And before I bring him on, I'm just going to make it clear that he was not the one who called the Dunbar Police Department. It was me. So if you hear this, Edward, it was me that called. And how you doing, Haggy?
Hey, what's up, Tommy? What's going on, man?
Oh, I had to call the police department this morning, man, and straighten things out with this Edward crap.
Well, hopefully something comes out of that.
I'm just wondering though, like, why when you call their local mental hospital, they won't do nothing?
I don't know, man. You seen me, I called last night and they're like, we don't care. You know, so.
Shouldn't a mental hospital care though? I mean,
I don't know, man. I told him what he was doing. I told him, that he keeps faking suicides and this and that. And they're like, well, we can only help him if he wants to get help.
So how do you see? This is the problem with today, and in my opinion, that how do you help somebody who don't understand he needs help?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. I have no clue.
Why can't somebody call up, like and say, look, this guy needs help. Please go help him, and they help the freaking guy.
I don't know. I guess it depends. It varies by state. Like some places you can have somebody committed. Other states, you're dealing with West Virginia, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I know what you're dealing with. I mean, in my town, if you're mental and you need help, they'll just lock your ass up and say, hey, dude, there's some help.
They I don't want to say lock him up, but they could at least investigate. They could at least go over there and be like, hey, what's, are you faking suicides? I mean, he can't lie. No, I'm not doing that.
I don't mean like throw him in jail and leave him there. I mean, like, they bring you to the hospital, they check you out, they help you, I mean.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. He needs some kind of evaluation. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've heard speakers of him, and I mean, the one I heard a little while ago, it sounded like the guy was doing drugs.
And I hate to say, I don't want to say that he's doing drugs, but that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. I've known some drug addicts in my life, and they act identical to him.
But see, what gets me, though, is, I mean, when he was talking for like 13, 14 minutes, then all of a sudden you hear him go...
Yeah, exactly.
And then he goes, you probably can't hear my phone because it's being messy.
Well, I asked him, what are you cutting up and what are you snorting? And he blamed it on his air conditioner. Or his fan. He was like, oh, that's my fan making that noise. And I said, your fan's beating on the table and snorting? And he was like, yeah, that's my fan doing that. And I'm like, okay.
The guy, I mean, I called the police department this morning. I want that to be known. I had to.
Well, he's going to blame that on me, I guarantee it, even though you admitted to it.
There's a way for anyone that's listening to get this out there for proof that it was me, it wasn't Haggy. I had to. I was talking to a woman that was highly shocked when I told her that, hey, this is the guy's been trying to saying he was offing himself now for freaking 10 times at least.
Yeah, it's getting old, man. I mean, I don't want to see anybody hurt themselves, but you got to stop faking the shit. You got to stop every fucking day, man. I'm killing myself. I'm killing myself.
What do you think he really wants? I mean,
attention.
Well, exactly. Last night, no offense to anyone, when I heard him live with you guys or whatever he was doing, I heard the guy, in my opinion, happy he was getting attention.
Uh-huh. And that's the thing, Tommy. Like I've said, when I ignore him, he gets worse. You know what I mean? Because he's not getting my attention.
So, I mean, do you think the guy is so used to negative attention, he doesn't really want a friend, he just wants attention no matter what?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at all the people who he's tried to help. I mean, you, for example, you were totally cool with him, 2 months ago and telling him, hey, man, I'm not taking sides. I just want to help you. And what did he do?
Just recently, I emailed it. You know something, Haggy? I never told you this, and I'll put it out there. I emailed the guy, maybe 3 weeks ago now. I was, hey, what's up? It's me, Tommy, man. If you really want to do a bullying documentary, let's go about this the right way. I'll contact, I even said to him, I'll contact a great friend of mine who's got documentaries. I can prove it. His Newfoundland documentaries, but he can do anything.
Yeah.
I'll contact him. Let's put it in a proper bully documentary. And he was so cool. He was so cool about it. And then all of a sudden he flips out. I was like, what the hell?
Yep. That's what he does, man. I mean, look how he treats everybody who's nice to him. That's why he only has one person left. And it's only a matter of time till he flips out on shitmunk. You know what I mean?
I don't get it, though. This person I know, he would have done this for publicity, more or less, for himself. He's a singer, songwriter, documentary. He does it all. Edward could have done a great documentary, got his story, not some stupid story, a real bully story.
Well, the thing is, man, I mean, if he wants to write a book or do what he wants to do, that's great, but he can't lie and slander people, and that's what he's doing, you know. He thinks that because I went after McJuggernuggets for being fake, he wants to do that to me. But it's like, Edward, all you're doing is lying. Like, all I did was tell the truth about Jesse scamming kids.
Exactly. I mean, you could look at Jesse's videos and see that the guy was pretending to live in a tent and had money sent to him.
That's what I'm saying, man. And he acts like, you know, that was wrong for me to do that, and he claims that's why he's doing this to me. And I'm like, but Edward, what did I lie about? But his answer to everything is, oh, go suck TCB dick. I'm like, dude, answer my questions, dude. What am I lying about?
I don't get it. Like, you went on and you told everybody, and that's where I discovered you two, that, hey, yo, this dude's a fake. I mean, yeah, McJuggernuggets is fake. Anyone with common sense knew that. Anyone above the age of 12 knew that.
Yeah, and Green Dream's in the comments too now. He's been
hey, what's up, Green Dream?
You know, he's in the same boat because, you know, Edward attacked his wife for no reason, okay? So then Green Dream's like, okay, you want to bring wives into this? And he started talking about Sabrini, and then, of course, Edward says, oh, Green Dream's a bully. You know, in his fucked up mind, it's okay for him to say and do whatever the fuck he wants, but as soon as we react to it, we're the bad guys. And that's what he can't get through his fucking thick-ass potato-nose head.
What I don't get is Edward... I've been neutral to all of this and said I ain't saying sides for nobody, but Edward is he forced me this morning with this fake suicide yet again to contact the local police to get help for the guy. I don't want the guy in any trouble. I don't want him just to be locked up and thrown away the key. I don't want that.
No. I agree with you, man. He needs help.
If he needs medication, give him some. If he needs a therapist, give him one.
Well, he said in his one broadcast, you know, that he is on medication, but he refuses to take it. And I think that's the problem because you can see a whole different person when he actually takes his medication. You know what I mean?
I mean, but if he's supposed to take medication and he can't afford to really buy it all on his own, don't they have some kind of a help for that?
I don't know, man. I don't know that they can force him to do it, but just like Green Dream said, everybody's been trying to help him, but Green Dream, he doesn't want help, man. He wants this negative attention because, you know, just like I said 5 minutes ago, when I ignore him, he gets worse. You know, and it's sad.
But what I'm saying, I know he's trying to help and everything, but what I'm saying is if the guy is supposed to take medication and he can't afford to take it because he's sacrificing as it is, don't they have some kind of a government help for the guy to get his medication?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you know, he already said that he gets food stamps and all that shit, so surely he can get some kind of medication help too. There's
exactly.
no doubt.
I mean, I don't know how it works in the United States, but I know here in Canada that if you're barely getting by,
oh yeah, they do it here too.
Kind of a subsidy or card or some friggin' thing, whatever. I don't know what it's called, and they'll help you pay for so much of your medication.
He doesn't want that though, man.
I mean, well, what does he really want? I mean.
He wants this attention. He thinks that he's doing the world a favor. I mean, you know, he goes after me and me only. I mean, he fucks with other people too, but he thinks he's doing the world some great favor.
Okay, and so you were out of the United States for a number of days.
Yeah, for 4 days, yeah. 4 days. And I come home to fucking 10 videos about me, how I keep attacking him, and I'm like, wow, this fucking guy's delusional. And I think he killed himself 3 times over the 4 days I was gone.
So now, while you were away, it's obvious you weren't on any social medias or YouTubes or anything. So how in his mind were you attacking him?
What? Say that again? I probably didn't hear you.
I said you were away for 3-4 days and you weren't on social medias or anything. How in his mind were you attacking him?
I don't know, man. I don't think that he's making the shit up. I think that in his mind it's actually happening. That's why I'm saying he's insane and delusional, because in his mind it's actually happening. That's what I'm thinking. So
now, in other words, he has, how can I put this? He has some kind of a voice in his head that's causing...
That's my opinion, but yeah, like I said, well, and see, the thing is, too, like I tried explaining to him, people tell him things and he believes it. You know, and they do it because it's entertainment for them. And even his good buddy Chipmunk does that shit. Oh, Haggy said this, Haggy said that, and Edward believes it.
See, do you think Edward's been at this now for what, 6 months?
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
Give or take. Do you think he's ever going to stop?
No. Not until he goes to a mental hospital and gets the help that he needs. He's not going to stop. I mean, like I said yesterday, I could get off the internet for 2 months, and he'll just make videos about me all day and night saying that I'm attacking him, and that's what he does.
So what do you think if the police helps him today? They're going to go to his house. I'll put this out there. The woman on the phone told me, "Sir, we're going to go to his house now and investigate this and check into him and see if he's, you know." And I said, "Ma'am, there are speakers out there of him doing it. It's on his speaker."
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, we'll look into that, sir. Now we're going to send it out, right?" And I told her he really needs help. The guy's been at it now for 7, 8, 10 times. He's been trying to do this, saying he's killing himself.
He needs help bad, man. He needs some serious help, and he needs to stop believing what these idiots tell him. You know, I guess somebody emailed him yesterday or Saturday or something and said, "Hey, I'm with CSGO. We want to sponsor you, but we need your YouTube password." And he blamed that on me. He said that I did that. And I'm like, man, I wasn't.
Why is he blaming you for
That's
see,
what
I mean,
that's what he does, man. He attacks people.
So do you?
And then
okay, go ahead.
He attacks people, and then they rebuttal, and he blames it on me. So and he says that I sent them there.
So do you think that he's going to come back online again today?
Oh my God, yeah, he'll be online. Yeah, he might be sleeping now. I don't know, but he'll be online.
So after the police shows up, do you think he's going to be online? And
of course.
But I mean, he's going to hear this. He's definitely going to hear this because you're on. He's going to hear it. Do you think is there anything you want to say to him now that you want to say is not me or what? What do you want to do?
I just honestly, man, I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. I mean, seriously.
So who called the police this morning? You or me?
You did.
Thank you very much. He said to himself, "I called the police, not Haggy. I'm Tommy. I called the police this morning for Edward to get help."
And you'll hear him today saying, "Haggy called the cops on me." You'll hear it today.
But hang on. I want everyone to know, make it clear that it wasn't Haggy, it was me. I didn't do it to get him in trouble. I did it to get him help. Yep. Because I called the local mental hospital of some sorts in Dunbar. It was no help there. The woman wanted no part of it. Well, sir, you might have called local police for them.
And that's what they told me was to call 911, and I said I'm not doing that. I'm trying to get this guy some mental help. I'm not trying to get him to go to jail.
Exactly. I mean, and I told her, I said, "So what option does that leave me?" And she said, "Well, sir, you're going to have to call the police." I mean, I don't want to go. Don't the local hospitals, mental institutions have people go out and check on you, or am I wrong?
I thought they did, man, but apparently we're both wrong.
So, wait. I know here in Newfoundland, well, St. John's is the local mental hospital, which is 12 hours away. I know in Newfoundland that they do have people to go and check and see if you're legitimately insane and need help, and they spend time.
And that's what I thought they would do, but they told me that they can only help him if he tries to get help for himself. And I'm like, you can't even go like check on him? And they were like, nope.
So wait. So they don't even check on you?
Nope. According to I called 3 different places live last night on the air, and they were like, yeah, we're not going to do anything.
So I mean, what happens if the guy now, God willing, he don't? What if the guy really do kill himself? And with everybody reaching out for help for the guy, where does that leave them?
I don't know, man. I don't know what would happen then. I have no clue. Green Dream says a crisis center or mental hospital can take him in. Yeah, I agree with that. And I tried calling them, and they won't do nothing. You know, if he would legitimately hurt himself, what happens then?
Exactly. I mean, once you reach out for help for this person, then they're not doing nothing. I mean, who's to blame then?
Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's obviously them that's not helping him.
I forgot about that. They said that his family has to sign him in. I forgot. They did say that. They were like, well, can you contact his family? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't know his family. How am I supposed to contact them? And I don't want to anyway, because they're probably just like him. Okay. I mean, look at his sister.
All right, dude, we got like 30 seconds left, so give me a minute. We'll be back live, guys.
All right.
All right, guys, we're back live with part 2. So, Haggy, as I was saying before we went off here, you called 3 different places last night?
Yep.
And I called the hospital this morning. I called one that they said, well, you have to dial 911 with some kind of a freaking recording. So I had the third option was to call his local police, which I didn't want to do. I did not want to do that because I don't want him in trouble.
Me either, man. I just want him to get some help. I mean, he shouldn't be on YouTube, you know what I mean? He shouldn't be on the internet, period.
Now, you said that you to contact his family. Do you know if there's anyone in his family that you could contact to...
The only family member that I've ever known about was his sister, and she was about just as crazy as him. I mean, she was making all them videos about, she was making videos saying Edward's a pathological liar, all he wants is attention, he's been like this for years. But you could tell she was all fucked up too.
So do you think now, as fucked up as what she was, do you think that maybe she was telling some truth in there?
I do. I think that what she was saying was all true because she said he's been like this for years. And I'm going back months ago. I don't know if you remember the whole shit when his sister came into it. And he blamed all that on me and TCB. We had nothing to do with it. She just came out on her own making videos saying, hey, guys, Edward's a pathological liar. He's insane. He's been like this forever. He tells kids he's a cop, and it's like, wow.
So... Now, it's been like 6 months, give or take. Do you ever regret responding to this guy?
Oh my God, yeah, man. I mean, oh my God, I do. And I've been doing YouTube for a while now, and I'm always going to have people come after me, and I usually don't respond to any of it. But like I said, man, I honestly thought that it was a joke. I thought that he was just, goofing on me. I didn't realize how serious he was.
Okay, now I wanted to go back to when he first said to you, he's going to do a... No, first it was he's going to sue you. He had 10 lawyers, he was going to sue you.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, no, he's going to write a book and do a DVD. Yeah, this is all amusing. I'm trying not to laugh here.
Me too, I'm sorry, dude.
I'm trying not to laugh, but I can't help it. He's going to do a DVD and a book. And then now he's on this path of, I'm going to kill myself every day. Do you think is a cycle of just Edward... This big Edward downward spiral of cycles?
Man, I'm not a doctor. I can't evaluate him. I just, in my mind, in my opinion, it's drugs or lack of.
So, when I heard the speaker, like I said a while ago, the guy was inhaling something, snorting something.
Yep, I heard that too.
And when I heard it, I was, this motherfucker's snorting drugs.
Yep.
And how do you go on for 12, 14 minutes and all of a sudden say, hey guys, my phone may not be working right?
Well, you question him on the shit, and he either won't answer it or he makes up lies. Well, that was my fan making that noise. Your fan was beating on the counter and snorting coke? Well, yeah. So I don't know, man.
No, I know what you're saying. But I'm trying to desperately grasp at some common sense here of how do you not say in the first 30 seconds, you may not hear me because my phone may not be working right, but 14 minutes later say, hey, my phone's not working right after you hear somebody snort something up?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's up and down, up and down, up and down,
Do you think maybe you should be investigated for drugs?
I asked him straight up yesterday on the live stream. I said, my man, are you doing drugs? And he goes, nope. And I'm like, all right. So,
But seriously, Haggy, how many people do you know that does drugs is going to openly admit doing drugs?
None.
Exactly. You look at somebody that's a crackhead, hey man, you do drugs? He could have a line of coke under his nose.
Well, the thing is, man, it's just like I asked him, about his welfare situation, and he's like, I'm not on welfare. And I'm like, dude, you made a video yesterday talking about how you only had $30 left on your food stamps. And he's like, you're a liar. And I'm like, dude, he keeps calling me a liar, but it's like, dude, the shit's right there. You said it. You did this, you did that, you did this. No, you're a liar, Haggy. Dude, it's right there.
So, how is he getting food stamps if he's working as a security guard?
Well, like I said, he's only making, $1.298 an hour. So, obviously they give him food stamps.
Oh, okay, so to make up for what he's not making. I get you.
And he claims that, he has to take drug tests. Let me tell you something, man. A drug test is very, very expensive.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're not gonna spend hundreds of dollars to drug test somebody who makes $2 an hour. They're just not gonna do it.
Exactly. I understand what you're saying. There's not.
He acts like he went to a police academy to become a security guard at the mall. I mean, if you've heard him say that, like, oh, I had to go through all this physical training, I had to do this, I had to do that. Dude, you're fat, you're out of shape. You didn't go through any physical training to stand there with a flashlight.
Okay, hold on. So, in my town, security guards at the mall, I don't know how different it is, but they're old and... I'm trying to be nice when I say this, because if my friend hears this, who's a security guard at the mall, he's probably going to kill me.
But no, it's not being offensive. It's the same thing here. How do you get that job? You go in and apply. That's it.
Exactly. I mean, the guy at the mall, one is an old guy, one looks like Godwin from Duck Dynasty, and the other's a young kid who's walks back and forth the mall just to be noticed.
And they have no authority. They can't do anything to you. I mean, we used to go to the mall as kids, and they would tell us, like, hey, you guys can't do this. We'd be like, fuck you.
I'm going to bring this guy's name up. I know a guy named Ronald Call in my town who was a security guard one time. He used to think he was the biggest guy in the mall ever. But he couldn't do shit. I mean, and it's like Edward's situation. I mean, what can he really do? Nothing.
Hey, Green Dream just put a number up in the comments. I don't know if you see that or not, but that's the security director where he works. I don't know if we want to call him. And
I had that information. I called that, a couple of weeks ago now. And they do have a guy working there, Edward Hubbard, and they said that there's not much they can do unless it affects his job.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, when I told the guy, I was like, dude, affects his job. He's online pretending to kill himself. Don't that affect his job?
Well, he does broadcasts from work too. I mean, he's done speakers from work.
Well, see, that's what I would like to be able to prove to his boss. Like, hey guys, this is what he's doing from work. Can you hear this? And the guy told me that I was talking to, I forget his name. I should have wrote it down, but I forget his name. He told me that, hey man, if you have proof that he's doing this from work and you can send it to me, he gave me an email address which I sold on my tablet here. He said, send it to me, right? And I was like, I don't know if I have a speaker for I can send to you, right? I know he's done tons of them.
Green Dream said he wrote too. Obviously, they don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I see what Green Dream's right now. I mean, they told me that. I called them. They told me that hey, dude, like this is affecting his job. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
And
I guess what he does on break is his business. I mean, I don't know if he's doing this shit while he's supposed to be guarding the Foot Locker. I don't know. I
mean, he works at a local mall. I mean, I know it's got to be the same in every friggin' town. I know I'm in a small ass community, but what do a security guard really do other than just stand there looking around?
That's what they do. I mean, I guess they're there to like call the cops if something happens.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what they do. I mean,
if somebody stole something, for example, they don't even have the authority to grab you.
No.
I mean, no. Exactly. They got to call the cops.
That's assault. If a security guard at the mall would grab you, that's assault.
Exactly. And I mean, Edward can't do nothing but just stand there and call the police.
And I don't think that he has the mental capacity to even do anything to anybody. I mean, he talks all this big shit online about kicking people's ass and hitting women and beating people up, but should he be a security guard? No.
I got to bring it up. This Sabrina girl that he's with, I mean, I know people of color doing the whale and the monster and the I mean, but does this woman have any common sense whatsoever?
Let me get into that for a minute, man. Here's the deal. I never wanted to bring her into it, talk about her. I don't know the woman, but when he started bringing people's wives and girlfriends into the shit, well, then it's like, all right, man, that's the game you want to play. Let's be 5-year-olds and do it. He attacked Green Dream's wife for no reason at all. And Green Dream's like, okay, motherfucker, you want to attack my wife? Let's start talking about your fucking 600-pound woman. And now she won't even come on. She won't even get on the show. At least Green Dream's woman has the balls to come on and be like, hey, talk to me.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean. Does she have common sense to say to herself, geez, Edward's mental, and leave?
I don't think that she's there half the time when he does this shit. And if she is there, something's wrong with her.
Well,
I mean, come on, man. Tommy, would your wife put up with that shit?
Oh, hell no. My woman's sitting right by me now, she'd kill me.
Exactly. I mean, she already calls you a bitch all the time. I mean, imagine if you were nuts like Edward. She'd probably be like, man, I'm leaving. You're fucking crazy.
She'd be gone. She'd be so gone. Or she'd kick my ass, one or the other.
Exactly, man. So it's like, obviously something's wrong with his woman too, man.
No
To allow this
offense
shit.
to her. I don't know her. I did see some pictures of her. She does look like she has a disability of some sorts. Am I judging by looks? Maybe. But,
yeah.
I mean, you can almost look at somebody and say, hey, this person's got something wrong.
Well, see, that's the thing, too. He does go outside all the time when he does his live shows. That's why. Like, I don't know if he's trying to hide it from her or what, because like I told him yesterday, dude, go inside. I can't hear you. And he's like, no, I'm not going inside. I'm like, dude, all I hear is traffic. I can't hear you.
Hey,
you want to talk to me?
See what Dream just said? His wife would kick him out.
Oh, yeah, I know, man. I know. And I'm not married.
I don't get it, though. Like, I mean, was he out... was he... I don't get him. Like, what is he hiding from her that she can't have common sense to go listen to afterwards?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking that she's at the point like, dude, this is stupid, knock it off. So he goes outside and does it now. I mean, maybe she does have some common sense to be like, Edward, stop.
Has anyone ever talked to her?
Not that I know of, no.
I mean, I'm sure people have called his number and whatnot and talked to him, but I mean, has everyone ever... I'm sure she has to answer the phone at some point.
I don't think, not that I know of, man. I don't remember ever hearing her talk. Except for all the fake suicides when she couldn't screams, it'll be her. It's just a recording.
Yeah, I don't get, like, why... I mean, those fake suicides are ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure people have talked to her. I mean, if there's anyone out there who talked to her and hears this, let me know. Because, I mean, I mean, there's got to be some understanding where the woman's got some kind of common sense. If anyone can talk to her and say, hey, put Edward in check, like, this is ridiculous.
Well, she might be just as crazy as him. I don't know.
I'm sure the police showing up to his friggin' door place kind of affects her, don't it?
If she's there. I mean, well, see, that's the thing, man. He tells so many stories. Like, he's like, we're home 24/7. Then he says we're at work. So I don't know what to believe with the guy because the majority of what he says is a lie.
So she's working too as well, I would assume.
You would think so. I don't know.
So, I mean, if he's working a security guard job, it's probably 9 chances out of 10 he's working probably 5 days a week.
You would think. I mean, he claims he works like 18 hours. He's always like, I just worked 18 hours or blah, blah, blah. But I'm thinking like, I don't think that he sleeps much because he does his broadcasts at 9 a.m., 4 a.m., noon. I mean, when the fuck does he sleep?
I mean, what security guard job do you work 18 hours straight? That's...
I don't know, man.
In Canada or in Newfoundland, that's illegal. You're not allowed to work a security job 18 hours.
Well, see, here you can work... Oh, it depends on what your job is, but... I'm assuming a security guard can work all day here. I mean, what do they do? It's not like physical activity. You ain't really doing nothing.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, it's like an 8-hour job in Newfoundland. You go in for so many hours, your 8 hours, and that's it.
Well, that's how it usually is here, too. And how long is the mall open? The mall ain't open 18 hours. They're open from, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., you would think.
Is it? No, well, was it in Snapping? I'm asking my woman here now. Hold on, no. What is it? 9 a.m. to 5, 6?
9 to 6, yeah.
9 to 6, I mean...
Sundays is 9...
Or 10 to 5? Or 10 to 5?
Or 10 to 5.
10 to 5 on Sundays, 9 to 6 rest of the weeks, I mean... That's kind of... That's not 18 hours, I mean...
Like I said, man, the guy lies. He's a pathological liar. Look at all the shit that he says about me. It's all lies.
I mean, I know what he's been saying, but you've been at the United States for freaking 4 days, and
yep.
Those 4 days. Did you ever try to be the guy's friend?
Yeah, man. I mean, I fixed his YouTube account, and we were cool for 3 weeks. And then out of the blue, he started making videos about me again, and I messaged him, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
All right, with 35 seconds left, can I bring you back again for another one?
Yeah, man,
There's a couple things I want to ask you. All right, guys, we're back in a minute. All right, guys, we're back live again, and before we ended off, Haggy, I was going to ask you. You went and got that guy's YouTube strikes taken away, right?
Yep.
And what was his strikes for?
Bullying.
Now, with these new YouTube rules in effect that everyone's talking about, how long do you think it'll be before he's kicked off?
I don't know, man. I want to say this is his... I'd have to ask Green Dream, but I think this is his 4th YouTube channel now. Because I know for a fact 2 or 3 were shut down for bullying.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so now when you helped him with his YouTube channel and you got his strikes taken away, what were you thinking? I had to ask you.
I was thinking honestly that this will stop it, this will end it, because he texted me and said, "Hey, can we talk for a minute? I lost my YouTube channel and all I want back is my YouTube channel." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, give me a call." So he called me off the air and he was like, "Look, man, can you go in there and fix my account?" And I was like, "Dude, yeah, I can, but are you done? Are you fucking done?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I just want to do my challenges from 1983. I just want to do this and do that." And I was like, "Okay, man." So like a dumbass that I am, I went in there, I fixed his account, I appealed all his strikes, I wrote YouTube and said, "Hey, this is a mistake, blah blah blah." And YouTube said, "Okay." They took all his strikes away. And for 3 weeks, me and him were cool, But the thing is, though, Tommy, he was texting me and Skyping me 24/7. And I'll admit, I did say, "Edward, man, can you please leave me alone, dude? I'm at work or I'm busy." I mean, he would literally text me and Skype me all day and night and say thank you. And I'm like, "Okay, man, no problem, dude. That's cool. You're welcome." He's like, "Oh, you're the greatest, Hydrant. You're awesome." I'm like, "Okay, dude. Enjoy your YouTube channel. Do your thing. Do what you got to do." And then he texted me and said, "Hey, can I do a video making fun of you?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I wish you wouldn't." And he's like, "Oh, what? You can joke around, but I can't?" And I said, "Edward, if you make a video making fun of me, it's going to start all this bullshit again." And then the next day, he started making all these videos about how I'm attacking him again. And I wrote him, and I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he's back to this, "Fuck you, Hydro, fuck you." And I'm like, "All right, dude, I'm taking your channel down right now." And that's what I did.
Do you think that if Edward was to do funny videos, the guy is comical. You look at his shit; it's comical.
Yeah, I told him he has potential. I'm like, "Dude, you could do so much. Just leave me alone."
Do you
but
think
he can't,
that the guy
he
makes
won't
funny
do that.
videos, doing funny stuff, the guy would give views?
I believe so. I mean, I know he uses my name for the views and shit, but I think that he could leave me out of it, and I don't know, man. I think that people are just going to make fun of him, honestly.
I do believe that, I was thinking about it for the last few days, watching his old stuff where he was beating balloons over his head and whatnot, which was, oh, God. But anyway, I was thinking about if the guy did parodies making fun of, like, McJuggernuggets and stupid shit.
Yeah.
I think it would be so comical, people would enjoy it.
I tried telling him that, man. I was like, "Dude, you have potential to make people laugh." And he's like, "I want to make people laugh." And I said, "Then do it, man, but you got to leave me out of it." And then it's right back to "fuck you." So it's like, all right, man.
I mean, the guy is obviously comical. I mean, you have to laugh.
Well, he doesn't understand that. In his brain, he doesn't understand anything. Like, you try to help him, you try to talk to him, but he can't comprehend any of it. So it's like, what do you do?
I know exactly what you mean. Like, what do you do? But I mean, the guy is maybe he's slow, if that's the way to put it.
I used to think that he was. I mean, obviously something ain't right there, obviously. But can you fix that? Can you treat it? Yeah, but he refuses that. So what do you do, man?
But I don't know now what the law is in the United States, but here in Canada, especially Newfoundland, it's illegal to refuse treatment.
Yeah, see, here it's different. I'm assuming. I don't know the laws, but obviously, just like he said about his medication, he's like, "I don't need it." Dude, you do need it. I mean, he's prescribed medication to help his condition, and he refuses to take it.
See, that's illegal in Newfoundland. If you're getting medication,
not here.
Really? Wow, that's because in Newfoundland, if you go to an hospital and they say, "Hey, you need this," and you refuse to take it, that's illegal. They can come and lock your ass up for refusing it. And
nah, not here, man. The doctor can tell you, "Hey, you need this medication," and you can tell the doctor to go fuck himself.
Oh, so you can't do that around here. See, in Newfoundland, you can't. It's if it's prescribed, you got to take it.
Well, that's what he needs, man. He needs to start taking his meds. And I think that the 3 weeks me and him were cool. I honestly think that he was taking his medication.
Do you, like I said earlier, do you think he can really afford it all the time?
Probably not, because medication is so expensive here. But if you're on welfare, everything's free.
But I mean, I don't know how that shit works. But I mean, I'll ask you this way. I mean, I know in Newfoundland, where medication's so fucking expensive, if you can't afford it, they give you this kind of a card fucking deal where you get so much off your medication. I'm sure you can get that there, can you?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, if you have no money but need medication, the government will pay for it. Like taxpayers will pay for it.
Exactly. So why is he not getting that help and going to somebody and saying, "Hey, I need my medication. I don't have the money for it because I just bought food and whatnot. Help me."
Well, he refuses it. Like I was saying yesterday. I mean, he obviously spent all his money on a stupid shirt and mug with my name on it instead of buying like necessities. Because he's fucked up in the head. He doesn't get the help that he needs.
Why? That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Why would he go and put your face on a shirt and mug?
I don't know, man. Waste money, I guess. I don't know. He thinks that's like I said. He thinks that's going to change the world.
I don't know what it costs there to get a shirt done, but a guy does it in my town. If you buy the shirt, which a shirt is $20 if you want a plain white shirt with something on it, and you get something done, it's like $20 to get done. So I mean, that's $40 right there for a friggin' shirt.
He said he spent $60, and I'm thinking, yeah, he said he spent $60 on it, and I'm like, dude, you should have bought fucking food, And now tomorrow he'll be bitching about he got nothing to eat in his house.
I mean, I don't get it, dude. So he spent $60 on getting a shirt and mug done, but yet he didn't buy food.
Nope.
That makes no sense.
Nothing he does makes sense, man.
What is... Wow, I'm so confused with this guy.
What kind of person walks up to random people in the mall and says, "This goddamn Hagyrants is attacking me"? And they're like, huh? I mean,
Did he really do that?
To multiple people, yeah.
So, in other words, that's affecting his job.
I would think, unless he doesn't work at the mall. I know he's a security guard, but I don't know if it's at the mall. But I mean, a
security guard. I mean, where else would a security guard really work other than the mall?
I don't, I don't know, man. I got no fucking clue. He claims he's some big time. He makes all kinds of money, but the next day he's on welfare. So I don't fucking know.
I don't get it. Like, I mean, a security guard would only work either a mall or, geez, I don't know where else security guard would work. A bank?
I'm thinking he works at the bank would probably have an armed guard, and there's no way in hell that he would pass to have a gun. There's no way.
Oh, okay, well that's true. Armed guard and guns and shit. Jeez, I don't know where security guard would work other than the mall.
I don't know, man. Then he bought some cheap ass 1972 camera, and he's got some crackhead following him around saying, "This is my cameraman now."
I've seen that. I did see that, and I'm thinking the guy's just standing there with a cigarette and a phone.
Yeah, saying he has lung cancer.
Yeah. Okay. So he smoked for 17 years, and he's something. I was so confused with that. I was like, what? And all of a sudden now he's got 17 years lung cancer. What?
Yeah. Oh my God. I did hear the video where he helped that little girl fell. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do about it anymore. Like I said, when I ignore him, he gets even more crazy.
So do you think now with the cops being called on Edward this morning, it'll do something for him, or they'll do something for him?
Not at all. They'll go to his house and say, "Hey, are you faking suicides?" And he'll say, "No," and then they'll leave.
They're not going to investigate it and say, "Hey, man, let me see your phone. Let me see your whatever."
I don't know, man, because that Adrian kid, months ago when he did his first suicide, Adrian called the police and said, "Hey, this guy Edward just killed himself. Here's his address." And the cops went to his house, saw that he was alive, and they left. And Edward made a video saying, "You motherfucker sent the cops here," and blah, blah, blah. And people were telling Edward, "That's because you said you killed yourself, man. People were worried about you, concerned about you."
What? Did he not think someone was going to, if he said that, someone wasn't going to call the cops?
Well, dude called 911, man, and he recorded it, and he put it on YouTube, and the cops answered, and he was like, "Hey, this is Edward's address. He just killed himself live on the air." And the cops rushed over there, and he was alive. So you think that's cause enough to be like, "Wow, this guy's mentally insane. We better do something." And they didn't do shit.
But don't they have the legal right to check his YouTube, his Spreaker, and whatever else he has?
Of course. I mean, you would, yeah. They yeah. I honestly just think that they don't care. I mean, you gotta think about it this way. There's a lot more shit to worry about than some insane guy faking suicides. I mean,
yeah, I know, but this is like the 10th, 9th, or 10th time or some friggin' thing. The guy said he's gonna kill himself and pretended to kill himself. Isn't there a line somewhere in the sand where the police say to him, "Hey, Edward, man, like this shit's got to stop"?
It's got to. You would think the cops would be like, "Look, man, you're abusing, the emergency services. You keep faking this shit, and people are calling the cops. That's got to be illegal because you're wasting the cops' time. The cops keep going to his house for these fake suicides. Meanwhile, somebody across town's getting raped or some shit, and they're wasting their time on some lunatic. So I don't know what to think, man.
Now, I don't know much about the laws in the States, as I was saying earlier, but I got just a question that, are they allowed to, is the police allowed to force them to get evaluated?
I don't, you know what, I can't answer that. I don't know.
I know if in certain places, like, I know in Canada they can, but I mean, if you're, well, we'll say mental, they can force you to get an evaluation done.
Well, you would think that here, man. Yeah, I thought, calling the mental hospital, telling them about this guy that they would evaluate it, but they didn't give a shit. So I don't know.
I mean, I called myself this morning, like, this guy's. I even told him his name, Edward James Hubbard. This guy's pretending to kill himself. This guy needs help. Do something. Well, sir, you're going to have to call his local police department. Really? So you expect me to call his local police who's going to do nothing?
Yeah, that's what they told me. They were like, call 911. If he's a threat to himself, call 911. And I said, but he's faking it. And they were like, oh, he's faking it? And I'm like, yeah, he keeps faking these suicides. And they were like, oh, so he's not really going to do something? And I'm like, I don't know. He
that's
keeps
the
faking
problem.
this shit.
So when will they go out? When he probably really does something?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, he'll eventually kill himself, and then the cops will get called, and it's like, well, and then his wife will sue him and get like $40 million.
That's what I'm saying. Look how many people's reached out and said, help Edward.
People have called 911. People have called mental institutions. People have called hospitals. Nobody wants to do jack shit until it's too late.
If somebody called a local hospital in my town and said, hey, Tommy's going to kill himself, the hospital crew, the police, they would all show up and say, Jesus, help, quick, as fast as you can, get the guy help.
That's how I thought it worked, but obviously I was wrong.
No, it works like that in my town. They would
not here, fast
man. To say what's going on, see if I'm okay, and so in other words, no offense. In other words, in the United States, there's no help.
And not that I know of. I mean, you've seen people trying to get him help for months. Nobody will do anything. He's going to hurt himself or somebody else, and then something will happen.
But I mean, if he hurts somebody else, that's only going to get him locked up. And what help is that going to get him?
I mean, look how he talks about beating people up nonstop, beating up women.
Exactly. What if at his security job he beat someone up?
Well, he's going to go to jail.
That's not going to get him help, though.
No, he'll be locked up for 3 months, get right back out, and be doing the same shit again.
So he's going to be one of those cases where there's no help for him.
I hate to say it, but yeah, it's looking that way. This is going to just keep going on and on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And I agree, he's a danger to himself and the public, but nobody will do jack shit.
All right, well, with a minute left, I'm going to bring you back again because I have a couple more questions to ask you, dude.
All right, man.
All right.
All
right, guys, we're back live again with Haggy. As I was going to ask you before we got interrupted with the 15 minutes crap, with numerous of people now after calling out to Edward and saying, help him, why doesn't his woman reach out and say, Edward needs help?
I think that she's just as crazy as him, honestly. I mean, what kind of woman in their right mind would put up with that kind of bullshit and sit there and condone it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm sure there's someone in his family that's semi-normal.
I don't know. I'm honestly, I think that everybody just shuns him. Because look at all the family that he talks about. My uncle this, my grandfather this, my cousin this. But where are these people at?
Well, I mean, if he's talking about like when he said to you, "I have family members that are rich, and I'm going to get a lawyer," but he has no food. Dude, don't you think his family would buy him food before they give him a lawyer?
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like he talks about how his family are all millionaires, but why don't they help you out when you're starving?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if the guy is a starving with nothing in the house, as he says, why wouldn't his dad or his grandfather was a milkman, or his uncle who was, I forget what he said right now,
Chiropractor.
There you go. Why wouldn't they go and give him some food? If not money, just go buy food for the guy.
Because it's either he made it up or they don't want nothing to do with him.
Now, I was waiting for you to say want nothing to do with him. Do you think you don't want nothing to do with him because he does drugs?
I think it's a handful of things. You know, it's hard to turn your back on family.
Oh, absolutely.
But you know, you can only take so much. And he's been doing this probably for 20 years, and maybe they just had enough. They're like, you know what, we're done with you, man.
But I mean, to be done. With...
I mean.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, if I had somebody in my family who was a crackhead, drug addict, liar, and kept asking me for money, you know, I'd probably help them out so many times. And then I'm going to be like, you know what, man, fuck you.
I don't think I would. Yeah, no. I'm going to say it this way: if I had, I have, but I have no association with them. Okay, I'll put it. I have a cousin who's in Toronto. Who's a crackhead, drug addict, does it all.
Mm-hmm.
If he reached out to me for money, I'm not going to give him money. I'm going to say, you're going to go to get help now in a rehab center.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not. Why won't his family do that?
Maybe they're just fed up with it. Maybe they're just like, man, fuck this. Maybe they tried. I don't know. Maybe they tried to get him help. You know, maybe he refuses the help.
I don't understand what his issue is. I mean, himself. He's attacked you nonstop.
Yep, non-stop.
It started back when he made this McJuggernuggets video where he was. It was comical. I mean,
that's how I took it.
No, I seen it and I laughed and I was like, this dude's got to be having fun. I mean, like.
Yep.
And I was expecting more comedy at the guy like that. That's what I was hoping for.
Well, when I replied to him saying, I told all my subscribers, like, you got to check this dude out. He's funny. And that's what happened. I was like, yo, check this guy out. He calls me Hydrant. He's a funny dude. I didn't realize that he was, insane. And that's when the suicide started.
Did you see what Green Dream just wrote there about Edward's sister or some shit?
Reading it right now. John Hagee attacked him and said Ed raped his sister. Ed didn't even try to deny it. A normal person would at least say, no, I didn't. Or fuck you or something. Yeah, I seen that, man. And I don't like that John Hagee guy. He's a piece of shit. John Hagee, Fizzbomb.
They're the same person.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I have his IP address, and it's the same fucking IP address for both of them.
So now, this John Hagee guy, is he doing this for for his own entertainment for Edward, or what's he doing?
I don't, it seemed like, okay, he claims he hates me. I don't know why. Which, it just proves that that's Fizzbomb because, that Fizzbomb fuck told me I needed to pay him $500 or he was going to release my criminal record. You all know about that. And I'm like, go ahead and do it, man.
What criminal record?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, go ahead. He's like, oh, I know about your pedophile record and all this and that. And I'm like, then go ahead and release it. And then when I made a video talking about Fizzbomb extorting me, bam, he was gone. And that's right when John Hagee came about.
So, in other words, John Hagee is Fizzbomb.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Who was that guy that wanted you to put his, God forbid, crappy rap music on your channel?
Oh, that was Shitmonk. He asked me to... He sent me a song months ago, and I listened to it, and I wrote him back, and I was like, hey, man, that was pretty cool. And then he wrote me back. I didn't want to be a dick and say, hey, your music sucks, And so then he wrote me back, and he was like, oh, can you put it in the beginning of one of your videos or at the end of your videos? And I'm sitting here thinking, like, damn, man, what do I do now? So I just told him, hey, man, I appreciate you sending me music, but I'm not going to put it on my channel. And then he just took a fucking 180 and fuck you, fuck this. And then he lies about it, saying that never happened. Like, what do I have to gain by making that up?
Why were you... Oh, God. How could you even lie to the guy and tell him his music was good? I had to ask.
I try to be nice. I didn't tell him it was good. I just said... I don't remember what I said. I said something like... I don't remember what I said exactly, but I didn't tell him it was good. I was like, hey, that was pretty cool, or whatever I said, And he admits that part. He admits that. But then he's like, I never asked him to play my music. But he admits sending the shit to me, and he admits me saying that it was, all right. But he's like, I never asked him to play it. What the fuck?
When I got curious about that and looked it up, and I want to thank you right now for giving me a few sleepless nights with crap music in my ears.
Yep.
That music was terrible.
Oh, his music's horrible, man. It's beyond horrible.
I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say it was good. It was terrible.
And who likes it? There's one person who likes it. you know, and he's the, you know, and Edward admitted to giving him his passwords and all that shit, and you can tell by Edward's YouTube channel that someone else is doing it, not him. I mean, look at his 9-minute long intros.
Well, you'll know when John Hagee's music, or where the fuck his name is, gets put up, the Chipmunks, he gets put up there, you know who's doing it then.
Oh, yeah. And Edward will sit there and say, like, well, I gave him my password, and then the next minute he's being hacked, and he blames it on me. So, it's like, what the fuck, man?
With Edward now, pretty much said he killed himself again last night. And with the cops being called on Edward and everything, they're going to show up, of course.
Yep.
He's going to be back online again this evening, of course.
And he'll be talking about you. He'll call you a liar and all kinds of shit.
That's what I hope he does. I kind of hope he really does that, because then I'm going to release what no one's heard yet. When I was talking to Edward a while ago and showing people how down to earth Edward was, and how I'm going to say this. This guy, Edward, is a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, and he claims he's friends with all them wrestlers, too. Yeah, more lies.
Yeah, that I tried to look over. It's like, the dude's full of shit. No, seriously, the dude's full of shit. I mean,
yeah.
There's a difference in liking wrestling like Edward and going overboard with it and saying, hey, I'm friends with this person. No, Edward, you're full of crap.
But see, the thing is, though, man, in his mind, he is friends with them.
And that's what I'm saying. Do you think he has a childlike mental capacity?
I don't know. I think that he's a pathological liar. I mean, he went on for a month saying that he was friends with McJuggernuggets, and then people asked McJuggernuggets, hey, do you know Edward Hubbard? And McJuggernuggets is like, huh? No? Who's that?
Exactly. I saw that. I actually, when that happened, I was sitting live with my freaking iPad, my hand, watching that stream. And he goes, Edward Hubbard, no, I don't know him. And I was like, whoa.
That's what I'm thinking, that he has multiple personalities. I honestly think that. I think that he has multiple people inside his brain. You know, because you get something different with him every day.
So he has split personality.
Yeah, it's always a different person. 1 minute you got good Hubbard, next minute you got crazy, insane Hubbard, next minute you got in between Hubbard. You never get the same person with him.
Well, a long time back when I first talked, or second time, sorry, I talked to the guy, I called him up in the morning, and I was talking to the guy a good 45 minutes. And he was so down to earth, then all of a sudden he just flipped.
Yep, that's what he did to Pat and Rance.
You know? What the hell?
That's what he does, man. He's nice to you for 5 minutes, and then when you ask him a question he doesn't like, he flips out on you.
Actually, the question I asked the guy was, did he watch wrestling when Hulk Hogan wrestled? And then he flipped and started talking about John Cena. I go, what the hell?
Well, I remember when you first started the Spreaker thing, and you had him on right in the beginning. He was like your first guest.
Yep.
And you were like, so can we talk? And he's like, yes, sir. And then you said, okay, did you start this with Hagee? And he was like, yes, I did. I started it with him. And then you said, are you ever going to stop? And he flipped out on you and hung up.
He said, well, if you got me on this, watch I'm going to end this. Click.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. There's no helping him. He doesn't want help. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And I don't think it's ever going to end. Everyone tells me to ignore him. I've done that.
But it is illegal to pretend to commit suicide. Why isn't he arrested for that?
Maybe nobody's proving it. Like, you know what I mean?
I told the police when I talked to them this morning in wherever the fuck he is, in Dunbar.
Yeah.
And wherever the fuck that's to. And I told his mental hospital, dude, I have links to this crap. I even said to the mental hospital, where can I send this? Like, where can I send this freaking link of the guy pretending to kill himself over and over?
You did.
And she said, well, sir, we don't know what we can do with that.
What a fucking joke.
Are you Like, I really wanted to lose it with her this morning, but I just kept my cool because I know she's working in the hospital and they got certain fucking shit they got to follow. But, I mean, when she said, sir, there's nothing we can do with that, like, really? So when the guy kills himself, is there anything you can do then?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, you try to get him fucking help. Nobody wants to help him. So it's like, do they not believe us, or do they just not care? I mean, right here's the proof. Bam, right here's the proof. The guy killed himself 8 times.
Was it 8, really?
8 or 9.
I said 9 or 10. I was I'm so lost and confused how many times it was. I lost count because
it might be 10, dude. I don't know.
Okay, he shot himself. He
I honestly don't know. It's so many.
He overdosed. He
Yep.
And what gets me is this is Sabrina, okay, sir? Edward killed himself.
Yeah, I know, man. He tries to say it's her, but she talks the same way he does.
And that's what gets me is like, if you came home and found somebody dead, wouldn't you call the police?
Well, no. I would get right live on the air and be like, "Hey, this guy's dead."
Oh my! Yeah, maybe you should do stand up, dude. I don't get it.
when he shot himself in the head and starts groaning, yeah, that was. I hate to laugh, but it's comical, man. I mean, the guy could seriously entertain people. I mean, he killed himself 3 times in the last 3 days.
I mean, if the guy, I'm not saying to be rude, if the guy did like stand-up comedy videos, being funny and comical, doing stupid shit. I mean, just look at Tom Green, the rest of these idiots. He makes millions doing it.
Yeah, doing stupid fucking shit. Andy Milonakis.
There you go. Doing stupid fucking shit. Edward would be so known for doing stupid shit, it would be comical. I
think that he already ruined it, though, because, like, he's got 190 subscribers and 189 of them are there just to make fun of him. But he thinks that he's, popular and my fans and my supporters. And it's like, dude, you have 190 subscribers and 189 of them, all they do is make fun of you.
Exactly. I mean, they're there just to say, this guy's an idiot. What's he going to say next?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the people who hate Howard Stern listen to him, and that's what they're doing to Hubbard. They want to hear they just want to laugh at him. I mean,
when he done his first video, put the McJuggernuggets thing towards you, and if he'd have kept up this stupid act, not acted like he don't kill himself, saying pretending that he was a 38-year-old man that loved McJuggernuggets and saying that not just you, but saying to everybody, hey, this is all real, it would have been comical.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been comical. I mean, it would have been real good for him because he could have pretended that it was all real and he could have picked out reasons why.
Uh-huh.
But with the guy acting like I don't want to say this, a wacko, is there any help for the guy?
There's always help, but it's a matter of wanting help.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They put him in a padded room and, evaluate him and get his ass off the internet for 30 days and see what, I don't, there's got to be some kind of help. There's got to be some kind of medication. There has to be, man, because...
Well, with that said, dude, hold your thought, because I'm going to bring you back again. Sorry about that.
All right.
All right, guys, we're back again. Sorry about that again, dude. All right, so, as I said to you off the air there, I'm talking about putting him in a padded room, do you think it would be a good idea just to lock him up?
I think that locking him up isn't going to do anything. I think that they need to evaluate him and get him some help. Throwing him in a cell like he's a criminal is not going to do anything. They need to evaluate him and figure out what the problem is and why he does what he does, and then say, okay, we're going to prescribe you, this medication, which should make you normal. And I think that that's already happened, but he doesn't take his medication.
That's what I was about to say. If he already is supposed to be taking meds that he don't want to take, did you ever think about the fact that maybe he doesn't want to take them because they're making him feel different? Maybe drowsy or sleepy or I don't know, whatever side effect they may have?
There's got to be some reason for it. I mean, they give him a pill to make him normal. He doesn't want it. Maybe it's giving him diarrhea or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
There's got to be a reason, though.
I mean, if they're not working, as I said to people before, couldn't he go back to the hospital and say, hey, this shit's not working?
Well, you would assume, yeah, like, hey, these pills ain't doing nothing,
I mean, if he went back to the hospital and said, hey, these pills are making me sick or stomach sick or whatnot, wouldn't they give him different pills?
Yeah, they would, but he just stops doing it. He just says, fuck these pills, I'm not taking them. And he's admitted to that.
So he's admitting to the fact, admitting and saying, hey, I'm not taking the pills, but did he say why?
Yeah, quote, I don't need them. I mean, he blamed that whole government conspiracy thing on me. So obviously he needs help.
I mean, for the I don't need them thing, if they're prescribed to him, he must need them.
Yeah.
So, do you think there's a fact that he could go back to the hospital and say, hey, these these pills, I don't think I need them because I need something different, or what can you do to them?
I think he just took the pills and threw them in the trash and said, I ain't taking them. I don't think that he went back to the hospital and told them, hey, you know, I think he just said, fuck it.
But didn't you say for like 3 weeks he was okay?
Yeah, he was normal. But the thing is, he wasn't getting any views. When he was doing his stupid videos of smashing water balloons on his head, he would get like 10 views. When he made a video, motherfucking me, he would get 500 views.
But why would that... I mean, what? I'm sorry to say this, but smashing a water balloon over your head is not entertaining.
He's doing like... Years ago, these challenges came about, you know, the ALS bucket challenge and hot pepper challenge. This is all like 10 years ago, and he's doing them now. It's like, you're a little late, man.
Why is he doing challenges anyway? Like, what?
I don't know. He thinks it's going to end cyberbullying. Like, he'll be like, you know, spread the love, you know, whatever. I'm going to smash these water balloons on my head to bring awareness to cyberbullying. And then 3 people see the videos, and, you know, that pisses him off.
But like I told Edward, and he's got really pissed off a bit when I told him, I said, Edward, I said, you can make a documentary today. I said, but it's going to end up where every other bullying documentary ends up to. Back in the corner, and 15 people may own it.
Yep, I heard you tell him that too. You were like, you know, more power to you, man. You want to make a documentary, do it. But how many of them are already out there? 1 million?
Exactly. I mean, you Google search bully documentaries, there's millions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, regards documentaries, there's millions.
What gets me is, man, that anti-bullying group that was called United Together, We Take a Huge Stand Against Bullying or whatever, he got kicked out of that group. I talked to the guy who runs it, Bud Collier. I talked to him personally, and he didn't want, like I talked to Green Dream yesterday. I said, I tried to get Bud Collier to come live and talk to me, and he goes, hey, I don't want no part of that. And I said, well, can you at least tell me, you know, what happened to Hubbard? And he said, we kicked him out of the organization because we told him to get off the internet and stop making videos of attacking people, and he wouldn't listen. So we decided that he doesn't need to be working with us anymore.
So he's promoting a company that he's kicked out of?
Yeah, that's what I said, man. I'm like, dude, why do you keep wearing that shirt? You don't even belong to them anymore. But he won't answer that. He's like, oh, fuck you. I'm like, no, dude, you got kicked out of there.
Shouldn't
I mean, he has admitted multiple times that Bud Collier kicked him out of there for bullying. He admitted that he got fired from his fucking job for bullying.
Wait. So
Bullyfree.org. I'm sorry, that was it.
So he was kicked out of a company for a cyber anti-bullying company for bullying and fired for bullying.
And he admits to that.
But he wants to be an anti-bullyist? What?
Uh-huh. He said that he had disagreements with Bud Collier, and he flipped out on Bud Collier, and Bud told him, all right, you're gone. This stupid fucking United Together thing, that's what Edward made up. That's his board of directors told him to fake all the suicides. The board of directors is who? It's you.
See, I mean, can't Bud Collier say, hey, man, like, stop promoting our shit? This is not you anymore?
Well, I was wrong about that. The United Together, We Take a Huge Stand, that's Edward made that up.
Oh, for God. So Edward made up a company that's... What?
Yeah, he calls it a non-profit organization, but, you know, it's only him, and I guess he's the only one in it. But he talks about the board of directors. I sat down with the board of directors, and we decided that I was going to fake a suicide. You tell me one fucking anti-bully group that would tell you to fake a suicide. You show me one.
So he sat down with himself and decided to fake a suicide.
Exactly. He talks about the board of directors. What's their names? Fuck you, Hydro. No, what's their names? I want to contact them. Fuck you, Himbrel.
Oh, God. So if he has an anti-bullying group, whatever it's called, is there a website to that?
No, hell no, man. It don't exist.
So he's got a shirt made with something put on it.
Yep, and that's the group. Yep.
Can you buy the shirts?
No.
Do they have a DVD?
Nope.
Do they have pamphlets?
Nope.
So it's Edward's made-up fictional group.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just like when he sent Uncle Larry that shirt back when he was part of that bullyfree.org. He sent Larry that shirt. This is back in March now, and Larry wore it. And now, you know, him and Larry are best friends. And
let me ask you, like, okay, this shirt Edward's got now, United Together We Take a Stand, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to buy a shirt, which no one probably don't,
No.
how would you buy one?
You don't. They don't exist. The only one that exists is his.
So he's not much of an anti-bully group.
Well, in his mind, he is.
So now this book that he was talking about, he was starting to write. I don't know if you heard it. I heard a few days ago.
Which one, man? He's written so many books.
I don't know, but he was talking about this anti-bullying, and he was talking about this family named the Smith or some fucking thing. And I was so confused listening to this shit. I was sitting there going, wait, this is all about Haggy.
Well, he changes every day. Like last week, he had actors making a movie about him. He had big time actors, and a week before that, he had he changes every week. So I don't know what the fuck to say.
Wait, so how can a guy who works a security job getting benefits along with it afford actors?
Well, apparently, now this is coming from him again. A lot of people in his town donated money to him to get lawyers and get this and get that. And then the next day he says that was all, he made all that up. Then the next day it's all true, and I don't know anymore, man. It just goes to prove that everything he does is a lie. Everything he says is a fucking lie.
So he's got, wait. Is town collecting money for him to make a movie, but
that's what he said, yeah.
His town won't give him groceries?
Nope. And it's always in 2 weeks. It's always 2 weeks from now. In 2 weeks, you're going to see. In 2 weeks, you're going to see.
What? I'm trying to understand this with great difficulties. If his town's going to collect money for him to get a movie made, why won't they just give him groceries?
Because it's all lies. Yeah, what was the big surprise? Remember he kept saying that he had a big surprise for me and it was coming to...
What was that big surprise? That was a month ago.
Well, people were saying that it was an attempt on my life or some shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because every day he's quitting, so I don't know.
So now when he comes back today, is he going to quit again?
He hasn't said he is. But every other day, I'm done with Haggy, I'm quitting. And then the next day...
I heard this morning, this live thing that you and him did. What was his problem last night? Was he completely stoned?
I don't know, man. You can see that I tried to be civil with him. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You wanted me to talk to you. And right away, he's like, are you going to run your cocksucker?
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay,
I'm sitting there going, what?
This is how we're going to start? So I'm like, all right, I can be a dickhead too.
I don't get what... So if he wanted to talk to you live, which you tried to do...
Yep.
Why wouldn't he be civil with you?
Because he's insane. I mean, how many times has he told me he's going to come to my house and kill me? I mean, I don't take it serious because how's he going to get here? Ride his bicycle?
He doesn't have a vehicle?
No, hell no. Now, it scares me. He could probably take a bus or something. It doesn't scare me, but it concerns me because I hear a knock on my door, open the door, and it's him. What do I do?
But, I mean, I don't know how much a bus costs because I'm in...
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. It's probably $200.
Yeah, I mean, if to take a bus from... Actually, there is no bus in our town. We have to go to Deer Lake. Yeah. I had to go 6 hours away to get a bus, so...
Well, he could probably get one here because Wheeling, West Virginia is pretty big.
Okay, so you can probably get one there from his place to yours, which is going to cost him probably a couple $100.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Do you think he has the money for that?
No, hell no.
So if now with this shirts that he said he's made and the cup and all this crap, why is Sabrina letting him do this when there's no food in the house?
Well, like I said, man, she's either as crazy as him, not his girlfriend, or, I don't know. I have no fucking clue, man. I have no clue what kind of woman in their right mind would put up with that kind of shit.
Do you think it's his handler?
I hate to laugh.
I'm trying not to laugh when I say it because, wow.
I used to think that, but no. I think that I don't know who the fuck she is. I mean, I guess it's his girlfriend because he puts pictures on his Facebook of him and her hugging and kissing and whatnot. So.
Okay, so if that's his girlfriend, shouldn't she keep him in check?
You would think. like I said, man, she's got to have something wrong with her too.
Now, just a couple of more questions. Has he contacted you since last night?
No.
Do you think he's going to contact you?
Actually, I lie. I woke up and I have, I'll tell you right now, let me see, 3 missed calls from him, when I was sleeping.
Okay.
I didn't talk to him, but he called me 3 times when I was sleeping.
So that was roughly around whatever time you went to bed.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to try and contact you today?
Yeah. He called me at 11:27, 11:29, and 11:39 when I was in bed.
So within moments in between each call.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, do you think he's going to contact you today, like I just said, or no?
I think that he's going to make. I don't think that he'll contact me. I think that he'll make some Spreaker episodes talking about what we're talking about now. He'll call us liars and say we're making everything up, and
Well, I mean, I called his local, like I said, hospital, which did nothing. I called his police department, and the woman answered and said that, "Oh my God, this is beyond insane." She didn't know what to say. She was like, "What? Really? He's doing it?" Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens, man. I mean, if they went to his house, he's going to react. It's going to make him flip out.
Why won't he say to the police when they shows up at his house, "Look, I need help"?
Because he doesn't want the help, man. He wants to keep doing this because he loves the attention. His own sister said he's an attention whore.
Okay, well, with a minute left, I'm going to end this and come back again because I got 2 more questions to ask you. All right, guys, we're back yet again, part 6. Okay, I'm back live with you again now, and I was going to ask you, with Edward, it was I don't know if it was an ongoing thing or if it was just something that people said, or maybe he does. Do you really think, I know I do, but do you really think he needs some kind of I don't know what to call them, keepers, handlers, house workers, helpers?
He needs a caseworker. He needs welfare to get in there and send somebody in there to check on him. He needs to be off the internet. He needs to be off of YouTube. He needs to be in some kind of mental institution, get evaluated, get help, and stop this bullshit. And that's exactly what he needs.
Now, do you think if he went to a mental institution to get help, they got to help you? That's a given fact. They got to help you. So, if he did turn himself into a mental institution today, do you think that maybe in 6 months he'll be okay, taking meds and shit?
I can't answer that, man. I would like to hope so. I mean, I would love to. I would love to see him be normal.
And if, say if he left everything today and no sight of Edward, and all of a sudden in 12 months he come back and was a different Edward, you think you could be friends with him?
No, I don't. I could be, but I don't want to be friends with him. I just want nothing to do with him. And that's when we were cool for 3 weeks. That was where I made my mistake, when I was like, dude, listen, I don't want nothing to do with you, man. Okay, I'm glad you got your channel back. Can you just leave me alone? And that's why he flipped out. Because he wanted, he wanted to be my best friend. And I told him, dude, I can't talk to you all day, every day. Like, he would text me and say, hey, are you available? And I'd be like, no, man, I'm at work. And then 10 seconds later, he would call me. And it's starting to get me pissed off and irritated. And I'm like, dude, I'm at work.
Okay, so he expected you to be able to talk to him all the time.
Yeah, man, and that's when, after I got him his channel back and we were cool for 3 weeks, like I said, he would text me and Skype me literally, man, all fucking day and night. And I don't know if I flipped out on him. I don't know, but I was like, dude, listen, you got to leave me alone. I'm at work. Oh, you're at work? Yeah, I'm at work. Okay. And then he would call. 10 seconds later, he would call me. And I'm like, dude, I'm at work, man. Can you please leave me alone? And then he was right back to fucking fuck you, Haggy, and all this shit. He didn't have a job at that time, so I guess in his mind, nobody else had a job either.
Okay, so let me ask you this now. When this Chance Potter thing came about and the other things, whatever you were called, who started that?
I don't know, man. He claims that one of my old buddies called him and said, hey, Haggy's really a New Jersey state cop, and they fired him for something, and his real name is Chance Potter. And of course Edward ran with it, and then he started saying, I know your real name, it's Chance Potter, you're a New Jersey state cop, and you were fired. And I'm like, oh my God. And I tried telling him, dude, somebody's lying to you, man, but he didn't want to hear it. You know, no, it's true. It's true. So I'm like, all right, man,
so
whatever.
Your real name is what? Chance Potter?
Apparently, yeah.
Well, I was told by 6MS, Edward, and John Hagee that my real name was Kerpel Lopez.
I remember that. Your name changed like 4 or 5 times. Mine's only changed once.
See, okay, I don't know how much people know about Newfoundland. Apparently, my name is Kerpel Lopez.
That's an Indian name, man.
Okay, I'm in Sanathan, Newfoundland. We're the whitest people in the world. We're probably, I don't even know if there's any Lopez last names here. And apparently, I worked at Kroger as a meat cutter. Anyone with common sense can look up Sanathan, Newfoundland and say, there's no Kroger here. The closest Kroger to me is Toronto, which is a 2.5-hour flight.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man, and I've tried to say that a million times. He believes whatever these fucking idiots tell him, and that's the main problem. You know, even when we were cool for them 3 weeks, he was like, yeah, I'm done listening to Fizzbomb. I'm done listening to 6 Mile Sex Offender. I'm done. And I'm like, dude, you need to be done because they're lying to you. They feed you bullshit information just to piss you off and get you going again. And he was like, I know. And then he just goes right back to doing it.
Okay, so now, eventually, these people are going to get sick of this bullshit.
Uh-huh.
With Edward. We're talking about Fizzbomb here. He's going to get sick of it.
Well, he already did. Like, John Hagee turned on him.
Oh, I know John Hagee turned on him. But what about this whatever his name is, that's still Shitmonk is still kicking around, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Well, Shitmonk's all that's left now. That's it.
Eventually, he's going to get sick of it.
I think so. I think it's only a matter of time till Shitmonk is like, man, fuck this. This is stupid. Because see, this is entertainment now, and Shitmonk feeds him bullshit information too, and Edward, preys on it. Chipmunk will tell Hubbard, oh, Hagee did this, Hagee did that, and Hubbard believes it. It doesn't do any research, just automatically believes it, and then makes a video about me.
Okay, so once Chipmunk, whatever the fuck his name is, gets fed up with this bullshit and says, I'm done with this crap. Where's that going to leave Edward?
That'll leave him all alone with nothing. Because, like I said, he's got one person left, and that's it. Now, there's a couple people who hate me, and, they stick up for Edward just because they hate me. But they come and go, you know what I mean? And that's how it's going to be.
So now, like I said, when Chipmunk or Shitmonk, I don't know the fuck his name is.
Shitmonk.
Whenever this asshole gets sick of Edward's crap and says, I'm done with this bullshit entertainment, Edward's going to be back to his self, whatever his self is. What's he going to do then?
Probably do his stupid challenges again. I don't know. I don't think that he's ever going to leave me alone because whenever I make a video, he has to address it. So I don't know.
So go ahead. Do you think if you made a video, I know you have a cooking channel, making food, do you think he would say you're bullying him?
Honestly, yeah. And the thing is, Tommy, to me, this shit's so fucking old now and funny that it's like, subliminally, I do make references to him. And I wish I could stop that shit. Like, I made a video the other day, and I'm like, talking about Uncle Larry being a piece of shit, and I'm like, I'm not going to just sit here and bully anybody, and I'm like, God damn it.
If you made a video, say, cooking steaks and whatever, how's that bullying him?
You tell me, man. I don't know. I don't mention him at all. It's bullying him. I don't know.
You was at United States for 4 days. And you didn't have no association with the net, in my opinion.
I wasn't even online at all. I didn't get on Twitter. I didn't get on nothing.
Exactly. So you weren't on nothing. But now, why is he saying you're attacking him?
Because he's fucking crazy. I think a lot of it is, Chipmunk telling him, well, Hagee said this, Hagee said that. I mean, Chipmunk had to make 500 accounts to follow me on Twitter. You know what I mean? Because I blocked him, so he makes more accounts. And the thing that gets me is, my Twitter's private. Edward doesn't follow me. Chipmunk doesn't follow me, but they know everything I tweet. You know what I mean? And I can't go through 5,000 people and decide who's who. You know what I mean? Do
you think that if you said for maybe 2-3 days, I'm done with everything, and deactivate everything, he would still keep it up?
Oh yeah, of course.
Now,
I was talking to him. I was talking to him live one time before, and back when my Twitter was unprivate, and Edward was watching it, and some dude was telling Edward, "Oh, Haggy said this, Haggy said that," and Edward went right to my Twitter and told this guy, "Hey, don't lie. Haggy didn't say none of that. Don't lie." And I was like, "You see, Edward, this is what they're doing, man. They're lying to you, telling you that I'm doing shit, and I'm not doing it." And he was like, "Yeah, I know, I see that." And I'm like, "Okay, man, then can you please stop listening to these fucking idiots?" And he won't do it.
Okay, with one more question left, just have a quick question. Do you think he's going to stop at any point attacking you?
Nope, no way.
And do you think that he's going to... How can I put this? Do you think at one point he's going to stop believing Chipmunk and the bullshit?
Not until they go away, man. Not until they're tired of this shit and they say, "Hey, this is getting old now, we're done."
Okay, so if they say for instance, Chipmunk said, "I'm done with this crap," and just didn't come online anymore and he was done with it, Edward would have no one to feed him bullshit.
Well, that's it, man. I mean, look at when he does a Spreaker show, who comments? Chipmunk, and that's it.
Well, that's obvious, but I mean, if he didn't have Chipmunk to back him up and feed him bullshit, do you think Edward would fade off into the sunset, though, as you put it?
No, I don't. I think that he would just keep the shit up, man.
And now you've ignored the guy for months.
Yeah, I've done it multiple times, but he just won't go away. Like I said, when I ignore him, he gets worse.
So do you think, last question, do you think if you said today, "I'm done, I'm ignoring you, forget it, I'm never mentioning you again, you're dead to me. I don't know Edward Hubbard, Edward Hubbard's just Edward Hubbard." Do you think he would still continuously do it?
Yep, because people tell him, people do shit to him, and he blames it all on me. He says that I send them to do it. "Oh, you sent this guy to do this, you sent this guy to do that," and I'm like, dude, I didn't tell anybody to do anything to you.
Okay, so what do you want to say to Edward right now? Anything or nothing?
Nothing, man. I've tried everything. There's nothing to say to him. All he's going to do is make a Spreaker here in an hour or two and saying that we're all lying and bullying him. That's what's going to happen. So there's no point to even say anything to him.
So with the proof that I have now and a few things I've been collecting over these few months, if I put all this online, can Edward deny it then?
Well, yeah, he can deny it, and he will deny it. I mean, look at Green Dream made all those videos about Edward admitting to attacking me. Edward says that that's all a lie. It's like, dude, it's right here. You admitted to attacking me 20 times, and he says it's a lie.
Okay, so there's no help.
Nope.
There's no ignoring.
Nope. Ongoing cycle, man.
Is there anything going to end at any point with Edward? Or do you think that... Well, now, I'll ask this way. Do you think that Edward is going to stop at some point and say, "This is stupid, this is getting me nowhere," and just end it?
No way, man.
Alright, guys. You all heard Aggie? This is what he had to say. Is there anything you want to say before you go? And do you have anything at all to say to Edward?
Nope. I want to say thanks to you, though, for taking an hour and a half out of your day to deal with this bullshit again.
Not a problem, man.
So, all right, man.
All right, before I go, I want to thank Aggie for coming on. And I want to say, guys, that it was me that called the mental institution. It was me that called the police on him. I had to. He needs help somewhere. And if he does it again, before I go, Haggy, I want you to witness me saying this. Before anyone else says anything, if he does it again, I'm going to call the police again.
All right.
All right, guys. I'm out of here.